Hi, everybody. I'm Tiffany, your Grad Student Senate Student Life Commissioner, and I am here interviewing Cynara Medina, who is the College of Communication representative. And here she is. So, Cynara, please give us a brief introduction of who you are, what you study, where you're from, any other pertinent information you'd like to share with your GSS.
Well, first of all, thank you, Tiffany, for choosing me for your first interview. It's really an honor. And I'm Cynara Medina. I am a fourth-year PhD student in the School of Media Arts and Studies. Previously, I held the position of department rep for the school for about 2 years. And now there was an opening for college senators, so I decided to jump at this chance to kind of represent a wider body of constituents. And I'm very excited about the things that are going on this year, and we have many new initiatives and a lot of enthusiastic people. And I'm hoping that this will be a groundbreaking year for GSS.
Cool. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your research interests and what led you to OU and what you're hoping for when you finish?
Sure. Well, I think that everybody's hoping pretty much for the same thing, that we will get a job. Since I'm PhD, my aspiration has always been to teach. I am very, very interested, not interesting, in teaching and pedagogy and just better ways for instructors to connect with students in the classroom. But my research is about popular culture. And yes, you can make a living out of studying comic books and soap operas and things like that. Of course, it's not a very mainstream living. Mostly I research about a show called Ugly Betty. And this is a show about a Latino immigrant girl who lives in Queens but works in Manhattan, and kind of how all those things are presented and in the show through the narrative, and what that says about being a Latino immigrant in America. That's basically what I am interested in, about images of immigration and the beliefs that we have as part of American society about the role of immigration in the history of the country.
Awesome. That's very exciting. So you said you've been the department rep for GSS for the School of Media Arts and Studies before, and now you're the college rep. Could you maybe speak a little bit about why it's good to get involved with GSS?
Well, especially I think that in any field that you're going in academia, which is what I am trying to get into, we often hear that we are judged by our research, by our teaching, and service. Graduate Student Senate is an opportunity for individuals to become acquainted with how a university really works. It's not just the teaching, it's not just the research. Service is also a big part of our involvement in the life of the community. So when you come into Graduate Student Senate, yes, you can do the minimum that's required of you as a representative, which is basically to show up in meetings and vote on resolutions, maybe propose a resolution on your own, and maybe I'll explain a little later what a resolution is, but I don't want to deviate from what I'm trying to say right now. So basically, you can just show up and be a voting member. You can also be involved in bringing the concerns of your constituents to light, and basically to try to create a better environment for graduate students at Ohio University, right? One of the big things that GSS is always asked to put out a recommendation on is the status of our healthcare. The university always provides us with, university always negotiates a new healthcare package for its students and its faculty every year. So every year we have this discussion about how much it's going to cost and what things are going to be covered. The first year I served in GSS, I was part of this process as a member of the general body, and I remember distinctly having discussions about whether or not it was in the best interest of our constituents to have birth control covered in the plan and how that should be covered. Mm-hmm. And that was a very interesting discussion, and at the end we decided that we should include in our recommendation that birth control needed to be covered and that it needed to be accessible to those students who really used it and needed it. So that is one of the things that I am very satisfied that I participated in. Through grad student senate, we have gotten, like, these are small gains. For example, having small subsidies for fees, a small healthcare subsidy that's like, I believe it's like $30 a quarter or something like that, but it's $30, guys. It'll still pay for like a week of groceries if you live on your own. So every little thing that we can do as a body it's a good thing for our life at Ohio University.